Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have heard your requests and I am here today to break down how I do my blowouts, and you guys always ask me for an in-depth tutorial. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to break down every single little thing that I do and how I achieve my perfect blowouts with the volume. A few disclaimers before I get into this. Number one, I have naturally thick, coarse, curly textured hair. So already going into this, I'm having a lot more of that root volume than somebody with fine and naturally straight hair. Number two, I have layers. I have layers all throughout my hair. I have long layers, curtain bangs, face framing. I would say layers are one of the most crucial parts of a good blowout because it gives the dimension, it gives you that early 2000s look, and it just gives you so much more of that volume. And number three, I also have highlights in my hair, which automatically makes the blowouts a lot more visible, and you can see the way that the hair is laying and the layers and everything. So those are the three things that are basically the foundation of my blowouts that help create the perfect blowout and the perfect blowout look that you guys asked me about. So now getting into the key things needed to achieve a perfect blowout. Sectioning. If you know which sections of your hair to do what with, you will be seeing completely different results. And I will be walking you guys through exactly how I section my hair, so stay tuned. Next is knowing which way you're curling your hair. Typically you're using a round brush, a blowout brush, or a hot tool to style your hair, and knowing which direction to flip the ends of your hair out, whether that's under or that's over, or which sections you're flipping under and over and da-da-da-da, that is also a very crucial key. I like how I'm using this pen to like point. I feel like I'm teaching a class right now. It's pretty cool. And the last crucial key is knowing how to maximize root volume. So we're gonna get into that, okay? I also wrote down a couple things that are like misconceptions and things that you don't really need, but some people will tell you that you need certain things to achieve a blowout. You don't need expensive tools, all right? That's literally the biggest misconception because you can work with whatever you have. I, to this day, have always used a Revlon blowout brush, and I will continue to use it. Every single hair tool I've ever used has been like under $50. I don't like paying more than that for a hair tool. I can work with it and I get the same results. So you don't need expensive tools. You also don't need expensive products. I can still achieve salon grade style blowouts with drugstore products, and I always have used drugstore products. The only thing that I use that is a little bit pricey is my hair oil, but I've been using that for years. It's the Kerastase hair oil. It's probably like $45 to $50. But I literally use drugstore everything. I use a drugstore heat protectant. I use drugstore shampoo and conditioner. You don't need anything too expensive to get a good blowout. All right, with that being said, let's get into the full breakdown tutorial. Hello divas, I'm about to go to a public speaking event and I'm gonna blow out my hair. So I thought it would be the perfect time to show you guys. I washed my hair and then I put it up into a microfiber towel for like 15 minutes while I made my coffee and breakfast. So I let my hair get damp because you don't want your hair to be soaking wet when you use a hot styling tool. And also I wanted my roots to be as dry as they could be. If I still feel like I want my hair to be a little bit more wet, I'll go in with the spray bottle, but I think we're looking good for now. So what I use is the Tresemme heat protectant, my crusty ass Revlon blowout brush. Some people say this is like the worst tool to use, but it's always worked for me and I swear by it. I also use a clip to section. My hair is pretty much already brushed out, but sometimes I'll even use a brush. Just going with my heat protectant. Just, you know, coat it. I only do about one layer because whatever. And then I'll go in and section a very small underneath section, which is what I'm going to start with. Go ahead and clip her. Before I turn this on, I'm going to show you guys how I position my hair into the brush and what direction I blow it out in. For the longest time, I was going towards, like under, like I was going towards my face like this. But I recently started doing it away. So everything is gonna be completely away from my face. I feel that it gives me a lot more volume and bounciness, so that's what I'm gonna do. As you guys can see, it's flipping at the end, which is exactly what I want. I don't need it to be perfect because it's gonna be covered by all the rest of the layers, but that's basically what I do. And then to keep these separate, I'll take like a tiny little elastic and just tie it like that. do another small section. I like to keep my sections small because my hair is so coarse and it's hard for me to work with and dry the roots if the sections are not small. On to the next. As you can see, the motion of the brush, I'm actually focusing a lot of the time spent on my hair, focusing on the ends and flipping those ends upwards. So I'll spend a lot of time just kind of going like this when I do the full strand of hair. And then when I pull off, I'm just going and doing a little twisty motion so that when the hair cools down, it cools in the curl, if you guys kind of know what I mean. And at this point, we've done 2 sections, and I'll just go back in with the brush to the back roots of my hair because that's what stays the most wet. And I'll just go over it really quick. Okay, I'll go ahead and take my little elastic, tie her, and also, this is normal for me. My skin gets irritated by heat and hair, especially my chest, so this happens every time. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the mid sections of my hair, and then I'll come back to you guys when I'm doing the crown of my hair, which is the most important part. Okay, now that we've made it to the crown section of the hair, and by crown, I mean literally this entire section, all the way to the back. So I went ahead and just blow dried all the rest of my hair, and now we're gonna get into the good stuff. So, since it's been a little bit, I'm gonna re-wet this section of my hair, because a little bit of that wetness actually helps your hair hold shape better. So I like to have it a little bit more than damp because these are very crucial sections, if not the most crucial section of the entire blowout. So brush this down. As you can see, it's literally coming from the back of my head all the way down. So this entire section is what I would like to call my crown. It might not actually be the crown, but now we're going to slowly section, starting from all the way back here. I'm gonna take my finger, draw a little line, and this will be our first section. I actually kind of want it to be a little bit less thick. Perfect. So this is the first section, and get this out of the way. If you guys can't tell, this is where the arm workout comes into play because I'm literally going to keep my arms up at all times. Since the direction we were blowing my hair out was away from my face, now I'm going to be blowing out towards my face because this is flipped, right? You guys kind of understand what I'm saying? So if I were to also do this away, it would be like curling under. But if I blow it towards and it's flipped like this, when it comes back, it's gonna flip outwards. As you can see, when I threw it back, you can literally see where the volume bump is made, all right? Very, very crucial. And look, it's curling outward. Perfect. I just kind of leave the sections like loose because they don't really get in the way. But next section, let's go. Repeat the process. Next. My arms hurt. My arms hurt. Now that we're getting closer to the bangs, I think I have one more section until we're there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my last section before I do my bangs. And I know that some people like to do like the triangle section, but honestly, I end up just doing all of it in one go. So it doesn't really matter to me, so. Full sweat. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. Now I'm just gonna go crazy on the bangs. And I'm not going to be going under this time. I may be doing a little bit, but I'm gonna do mostly going like this to get that extra volume. So let's get into it. As you can see, this is what we're working with. I'm gonna flip my hair like this, and I'm gonna take the blow dry brush and I'm gonna go over it all like so. All right, now we have a very poofy, voluminous blowout. It's very poofy. Emphasis on the poofy. How are we gonna fix that, you might ask? Because my hair is naturally textured, so it likes to frizz up upon anything happening to it. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of hair oil. Kerastase. I'm gonna coat my hair, especially the ends, because that's the driest part of my hair. And I want my hair to look silky smooth. Okay, as you can see, I'm liking this, how this looks so far. Looks good, looking good. A little bit more at the ends, just a tad. I like to really kind of like load it up with oil because my hair absorbs it so quickly. And when my hair is in this state, it gets dry very easily. Now, my roots are not fully dry yet, and they're just gonna dry on their own. I just literally don't have time. So what I'm gonna do, this is my secret. I'm gonna take my hair. I actually learned this at a hair salon. Like one of the best hair salons I've ever been to. And she's in Florida, but love her, my queen. I'm going to put my hair into a twist, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm not leaving any tension and I'm keeping all of my roots lifted. And then I'm just going to twist her, into a little bun so she keeps that shape that we just created. Just gonna clip her, and then I leave it like this while I do my makeup, while I get ready, and I'll take it out with you guys because right now it's going to mold my hair and have all of that moisture soak up and hold that curl shape that we just did while keeping my roots lifted and allowing that volume to create because like I said, my roots are not fully dry, so they're gonna dry lifted. All right, so I'll see you guys after I'm done with my makeup. Another thing I thought I'd touch on is how I preserve my blowout for, a week to a week and a half as a curly girl, living in summer, living in the heat, doing this, that, whatever. And the truth of the matter is I'm always putting my hair up into a twist. If I'm going outside and it's raining or it's humid or it's hot, I'm trying my best not to spend a lot of time outdoors. And I'm putting my hair up into a really tight bun or a twist. And when I'm doing the twist, I'm twisting my hair the way that I curled it, so it's not going against it. The way that I like to think of it is if I'm going outside and it's really humid and hot and my hair is in a tight twist, it's just gonna curl it even more, right? It's just gonna, the humidity is gonna sink into my hair and it's gonna be so tightly twisted that when I take it out, it's gonna be like I did a fresh blowout again. Yeah, I've been doing that since I was in middle school and high school and lived in Florida. Literally, I would get on the bus with a hoodie over my head, a twist bun, and I wouldn't take my hair out until I got inside. So also, if you're like a gym girl and you exercise and you do this, the bun method still works. I sweat a lot from my scalp, like kind of TMI, but like that's the first thing on my head that curls when I start sweating and get hot, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because as long as the ends are preserved, your curly roots are just gonna add more volume. So that always works out for me. I just try not to do anything crazy. If I blow out my hair and go out, for a night, it gets ruined immediately. So I'm just like kind of, homebody. I'll do it for like an event if I need to. And I also only really use heat on my hair once or twice a month. So it's not, too often that I do this. So, and the last thing is some people like to use rollers to help the hair cool and sit, in that shape, which, for some people they might need the extra roller to help preserve the curls, but my hair naturally holds shape so easily that I don't really need to use rollers. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got all the tips and tricks that you need to achieve the best blowout of your life. As always, let me know what you guys want to see next, and I will be posting more often. Clearly, I'm getting on my YouTube grind, so I'll see you guys on the flip.